Hey everyone, Phobos here, coming at you with a skill demonstration guide. And the point of this guide is to help new players see all of the skills that Path of Exile has to offer. It's going to break the skills down into three main archetypes. The first one is going to be spellcasting skills, which this video is going to be about. The second type is going to be ranged attack skills, and the third type is going to be melee attack skills. And the premise is going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to equip the skill gem and cast it in its most basic form so that I'm not overselling you on the effects of the gem or anything like that. And I'm just going to go through each skill one by one until we're through with all of them. There's going to be a couple caveats. I'm going to break down the skills into two specific types. Especially for this video, it's relevant because they're spells. The first one is going to be area of effect spells, and the second is going to be projectile spells, and there are some skills that don't quite fall into either one of those. So the area spells, the area can always be increased or decreased with certain pros and cons, and same with the projectiles, where you can always add more projectiles or just take away some projectiles with varying pros and cons. And then finally, I'm going to put a little tier list in here. The tier list is not meant to be which skill is the absolute most powerful or anything like that, but I'm going to have tier 1 basically be skills that are very easy to use late game, even for new players, and you'll have a pretty easy time going through the late game content with them. And tier 3 is going to be the skills that would be hardest to use late game for new players. And then tier 2 falls somewhere in the middle. So if you're a new player, I would probably suggest sticking with tier 1 or 2 skills, or tier 2 skills that I list here, and stay away from the tier 3 skills at least until you have a bit better grasp on the game. Because it can be quite difficult to make some of them work. So without wasting too much more time here, let's get right into the skills. We're going to start with tier 1 area of effect skills. So this is Glacial Cascade. This is Righteous Fire. This is Flameblast. This is Discharge. It requires power charges. You can see the little blue balls going around me. This is Firestorm. This is Fire Nova Mine. This is Bladefall. This is Blade Vortex. And then the next few skills are going to have to be demonstrated on monsters because they're trap-based skills. Oops. Fire Trap in here. So this is Fire Trap. And we'll put in Ice Trap. You can see this is Ice Trap. We'll put in Contagion. See it spreads to other enemies after it kills them. And then we'll do Shockwave Totem. So that's all the tier 1 area of effect skills, and next we're going to move on to the tier 2 or tier 1 projectile skills. Sorry. So this is going to be Spark. This is going to be Essence Drain. Shoots that initial hit with a dot component. This is going to be Fireball. This is going to be Ethereal Knives. This is going to be Freezing Pulse. going to be Frostbolt. This is going to be Scorching Ray. And we're going to have a couple more skills we have to demonstrate on monsters. This is going to be Flame Totem. And then Summon Raging Spirit is something that we don't have to demonstrate on monsters. These just attack monsters basically. Okay, so that's all the tier 1 projectile and area of effect skills. And we're going to start with tier 2 projectile skills now. So this is Arctic Breath. That out, put in, now we're going to start with, or we're going to transition to tier 2 area of effect skill since there's only one tier 2 projectile skill. Lightning Tendrils is the first area of effect skill. We'll do Ball Lightning next. Shock Nova next. Storm Call next. And then we have some skills that need to be demonstrated on monsters again, so we'll do Lightning Trap. And then we'll do Arc. Arc doesn't really fit into either the area or the projectile, but it chains to new monsters, so as you can see, chain going off there. Okay, and that's all of the tier 2 skills, and now we're going to go into the tier 3 skills. We'll begin with Searing Bond. This isn't really a projectile or a area skill, but you'll also be able to see what it does here. So we put a totem out, tethers us to the totem, damages stuff in between. Now we're moved to the tier 3 projectile skills. So this is Incinerate. We'll move to Ice Spear. And now we'll move to the tier 3 area of effect skills. This is Flame Surge. This is Ice Nova. This is Magma Orb. This is Blight. And this is Vortex. And that pretty much concludes the tier 3 skills. There's one more category of skill, which is it's a combination of Desecrate and Detonate Dead. These I didn't really know where to place them, but Desecrate basically just creates a ground effect where you see dead corpses on the ground, and then if you equip Detonate, you can then explode the corpses. Like that. So Desecrate basically provides just a chaos damage ground effect, and it provides fuel to detonate, to use Detonate Dead with. So that's pretty much it. I'm glad that we pretty much kept this under 10 minutes this time. So if this was helpful, just leave a comment. All these skills can be searched for relatively easily if you just go on Google and then type a skill in. So if you've seen something that you thought might be cool, just type it into Google and you'll probably find quite a few guides. Or you can feel free to leave a comment asking for a guide. I'm quite familiar with a lot of these skills, especially the spell ones. So I'll have no problem pointing you in the right direction, even if it's something that I don't normally play with. So thank you very much for watching, and feel free to leave any feedback. See you guys later.